On both ends. Running that point spot right now for Minnesota and gets aggressive and finishes through traffic.
And we're getting a glimpse of.
Where are you from?
Louisville, Kentucky.
What college do you play for?
Indiana University.
What's your favorite genre of music?
R&B.
How would you describe a game in one word?
Competitor.
What are you most excited for this season?
To get to meet my new teammates and join a winning culture.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Sure.
Who are you most excited to meet on the team?
I mean, Courtney Williams and Fee and Kayla McBride.
What's your favorite type of game?
Skittles.
Do you have any hidden talent?
I can play golf a little bit. I'm not very good, but I play some.
And what was your welcome to the league moment?
I've had a lot of them. Probably my first game, I had like several, so a lot. They keep coming.
The Angels are here.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Ace's Angels, y'all. Boy, oh boy, man. I know some of y'all been waiting for this video. I'm not sure if y'all gonna see this the following day or the same day. Probably the following day because I got a lot of videos to upload on my other channel. So I don't know if I get to it today. So y'all probably gonna see this the day after. But I definitely said I'm gonna definitely record it while I got the time today, though. So, as you already know, Grace Berger unexpectedly got waived by the Minnesota Lynx before the deadline tomorrow. Shocked the hell out of me. And shout out to Mick Talks Hoops for making a video about her. Mick Talks Hoops is someone out there that thinks highly about Grace Berger. And I've known this for a little while that Grace was his favorite player, and Grace is my favorite player. Grace is number one for me. Like, a lot of y'all came in this league because of Caitlin Clark. I like Caitlin Clark, but she's not one of my top 5 players. She's more like top 10. I love Caitlin Clark, but the thing about Caitlin is her game is so basic because it's like it's mostly threes and shit. And after a while, that shit gets a little boring. Like for me, I grew up watching basketball played on all three levels. So I like someone that got like a very diverse game. I like mid-range jumpers. Like I like players who are mid-range scorers. And we don't see that too often in any form of basketball these days. So that's one of the reasons why I like Grace Berger is that she's got a great mid-range jumper. That's one of the reasons why I like Serena Sundell and Lucy Olsen. They're mid-range jump shooters. And so, I always value that, man, because if you can shoot that midi, I think that makes the game easier on your team, than shooting threes all the time. But Grace Berger has been my favorite top basketball player going back to our Hoosier days, like going back to college. Like I say about the last 4 or 5 years, she's been my favorite basketball player. I like Serena Sundell as well. I like Lucy Olsen. I like those players. They've been in my top 5 for a little while now. But Grace Berger's at the top. And so this obviously hurt today. I don't know if it hurt more Grace getting hurt today or if it hurt more when she got a couple out of fever back in February. I don't know. It's the same emotion that I'm feeling. I'm probably a little bit more hurt by it today because I thought she was definitely making the team, and I think it would have been good for her to be on that Lynx team, but this is crazy, man. It's crazy. And also shout out to CWFB guy because he's always talked positively about Grace Berger on his channel. He respects her game a lot, so shout out to him as well. And see, the people that truly watch Grace Berger, and there's a lot of other people out there that watch the game and they know a lot about Grace, they got respect for it. So for anybody to be coming on here and saying Grace Berger doesn't impress them or Grace Berger isn't good, you don't know what the hell you're talking. I immediately disqualify you that you don't know basketball. You definitely don't. You definitely don't. You're already disqualified. Because you're either biased or you never really truly saw her play. Because I was seeing some goofies saying, there was some goofies, not only in his comment section, Mick Talks Hoops. I've been reading it, social media, probably going back to last season, like that last game that she played last season. And like, the thing is that if you only watch Grace Berger play last season, that was it. Like, that was the only time you saw Grace Berger in your life was last season on Indiana Fever. You need to get slapped. If you think you can make a judgment on Grace Berger just off of last season alone, nothing else, she's been playing ball for years now, and you think that's the only thing that you could judge Grace Berger off of, you deserve to be slapped. More, and let me do it for you, because I slapped the fuck out of you so damn hard you wouldn't even, bro. It'd be one of those slaps where you'd be knocked back. You'd be knocked back on your seat. But yeah, man, like seriously, y'all, like being serious about this shit. Grace Berger, if you know, you know. I'm going to say it again. If you know, you know. Grace Berger, if you seen her at all in college, because she even roughed up Cece. She even roughed up our girl Caitlin Clark in college and cooked her. They actually had a good rivalry going before Grace Berger got drafted into the WNBA. Grace Berger's rookie season on the Fever, she was a number 7 overall pick in that draft. She's not a scrub. She was a number 7 overall pick in the draft, bro. How is Grace Berger a scrub? I'm going to say it again. She was the number 7th overall pick in the draft. And she had a really decent rookie season. If you saw her in her rookie season, because her rookie season was 2023. That was before a lot of y'all watched the Fever the following year. Y'all missed out on it. Grace Berger was getting buckets that season. What happened was Lynn Dunn thought there was a chance if we tank, we could get Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a generational player. Look, Grace Berger is not a better basketball player than Caitlin Clark. No. I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far. Do I like Grace Berger better than Caitlin Clark? Yes. But is she a better basketball player than Caitlin Clark? Hell no. It's worth it for Lynn Dunn, especially because she brings a lot to the game. She brings eyes. She brings revenue. You'd be crazy not to want to go get Caitlin Clark. I understand Lynn Dunn wanted to go get Caitlin Clark. But that is also the reason why Grace Berger was in the position she was in. It wasn't just that they had those bad contracts like Katie Lou Samuelson. They picked up Erica Wheeler and Christy Wallace. Chrissy Sides not playing her because of that. It wasn't just because of that, bro. There was a lot of things into why she didn't play last year. So, the only time, if you were someone that was the only time you saw Grace Berger in your life, was last season. You only saw her the first month a few times. It wasn't a lot. It's not a big sample size. Then you saw her the last game of the season. And she played well that last game of the season. Just didn't hit the last shot. That was it. Because I remember there was a lot of Indiana Fever fans that was like, damn, man, why didn't we play Grace Berger more, man? Why didn't we play her more? People were going crazy for why, Chrissy Sides didn't play Grace Berger more. That's how I know some of y'all all on cap right now when it comes to Grace Berger. See, some of y'all was going against Grace Berger because she wasn't on the Fever no more. And that's dirty wrong. Just because she wasn't on the Fever. And I've been watching the Fever longer than a lot of y'all. Because I go back to the Tamika Catchings days when they actually won a championship in 2012. You know? For real, for real. I go way back with the Fever. That's why I was like, damn, man, they got my favorite player. She stays in the state of Indiana. Cause Grace is from Louisville. So not too far from Indiana. You're from Louisville, Kentucky. And Grace going to the Fever after being a Hoosier, she had a fan base. She was selling tickets. She was actually selling tickets that season. She was selling tickets, but I mean, Caitlin Clark, just a bigger package. I mean, why would you want to have Caitlin Clark? That's what I said to y'all before. You will go get Caitlin Clark if you had a chance. Like, I can't blame Lynn Dunn for that shit. All you got to do is tank. And it was helpful because Melissa Smith and Lexi Hall had injuries that season anyways. But you were able to see Grace Berger play. Right? You were able to see Grace Berger actually play. Grace Berger actually played, bro. So if you saw her that season, let's just say, because you would say, okay, college is college, right? College is college. I understand. College is college. But if you saw Grace Berger her rookie season on the Fever, bro, you would have been impressed by her. She was in 36 games that season, her rookie season. She improved every single game when she got out there. She improved every single game. She improves every single game. Played 36 games last year, bro. 2023. So you would have saw a bigger... See, if you would have told me you saw her in 2023, that's a whole different story right there. Because then you really saw Grace. And you saw her on the pro level. She played really good at Athletes Unlimited after that. Okay? Then the Turkish League. This past offseason. For OGM Omen Sport. I showed y'all the highlights on my damn channel, Grace Berger. A lot of y'all was impressed by her in Turkey. That's on the pro level. Then her preseason game against the Chicago Sky. Her preseason game on the Chicago Sky looked impressive, the first one. The second one, she only played like 6 minutes, so that one really didn't even fucking play. But that first one, impressive for Grace Berger. Grace Berger played really good in that one. And she had 7 points in that game. And I remember, so this is the thing too. So the Grace Berger haters, they're gonna use the narrative because they saw that highlight, right, of Haley Van Lith crossing her up and making her fall, right? So they're gonna say, oh, Haley Van Lith cooked Grace Berger or whatever and forced a turnover on her too. Did y'all not see Grace Berger cook Haley Van Lith too? I got video evidence. She took her to the rack and took her to the hole. She literally, if you go back, she took her to the rack for that and one. I think I played the video before this one. I played the video. I literally played the video where she took Haley Van Lith to the rack. So it wasn't like it was one way of them cooking each other. It was Grace Berger got a little bit of cooking on her too. You know what I mean? So let's not try to act like it went one way or whatever, man. Let's not try to act like that. No, man. Hell no. No, we ain't doing that. We is not doing that. I'll tell you that right now. We is not doing that. We is definitely not doing that. Because in reality, they cooked each other in that one. But I thought Grace did a really good job on Haley. When they were going against each other, I thought she did more to her than Haley did to her. But I love Haley Van Lith though, so I don't even like going in on Haley Van Lith because I like Haley Van Lith so much. But we just got to keep it all the way a stack here. You got to tell the truth, because there's a lot of cappers out there, man. So another thing too was CWB got after that game too, after that good game that Grace had. So this is another thing that CWB guy noticed, right? See, I don't be on Twitter too much like that because there's too many damn trolls. Now, he said he was on Twitter that night after the game, the Sky game against Minnesota last Tuesday. And he says there was a lot of fans trying to cook Grace Berger. And I said, where is this coming from? Because last season, you didn't really hear people like hating on Grace Berger like that. I said, is this like Fever fans who are mad that Grace isn't with the team no more trying to cook her? Because I think, so CWB guy was saying that he thinks it's because she had a good game that they were trying to downplay it. Because they know, like most Fever fans do, that Sydney Colson should have been taken over Grace Berger. They know this. They know this shit. Sydney Colson is a clown. She can't play. You can't play Sydney Colson. And people need to stop using the whole, oh, she got 2 championships. Did she really contribute to those 2 championships? No. Y'all act like she was playing minutes like Jackie Young or Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum and shit behind Asia Wilson. She wasn't a main contributor. She probably played like what, 1 or 2 of those playoff games really well that year, both years. She was not a main contributor at all. That's just on her resume because she happened to be on the goddamn team. That don't mean she was better than Grace Berger at all. Grace Berger should still be on this team. And this is a problem that I got that's going on right now in this league. We got to get rid of these old hits. These old hits got to go, bro. It's war against these old hits. It really is war against these old hits. These girls from the previous era of the WNBA got to go. They got to go. It's war against these girls and these coaches. Cheryl Reeve is from that previous era, too. She got to go, too. And this is embarrassing because, so what I was hearing from some fans, too, they were saying that Cheryl Reeve was trolling Grace Berger. And I kind of agree with him on that because I don't know why you would say something good about Grace and then cut her. But she's not the only one. There's a lot of coaches that say something good and then cut these players after that. But there was some people saying she was trolling the Indiana Fever, and I was like, I just don't get how she was trolling the Indiana Fever when the Fever already waived Grace Berger. You picked up. You didn't have to pick up Grace Berger. What are you trying to prove to the Indiana Fever picking up Grace Berger and then cutting her? I don't get it. They already made the decision that they didn't want Grace Berger themselves. Like, I don't get it. Were you trying to troll Lynn Dunn? Because that was in the Lynn Dunn. That was a Lynn Dunn pick. Grace Berger. This is a whole new front office. That's not their pick. So who are you trolling, Cheryl Reeve? And even if you're trolling Grace Berger herself, and see, this is another thing too that I've noticed, man. This is another thing too. But I don't think it's because of this reason why she was cut. You know, even though Grace Berger is my favorite player, I don't know her sexual orientation. I don't know if she's straight or gay. I actually don't know about that about Grace Berger. From what I've seen in her past, I think she's straight. But this is the other problem too, man. The WNBA has a serious problem with lesbians, and this is why I've been this is why, because like there was a story that just came out recently from Leah Ruse saying that old head vets mistreat rookies, new players that come into the league all the time, especially straight ones. We know about the worst story I've heard so far is the Derrica Hamby story when she was with the Aces. This is why I don't respect the Aces at all. I hate that team. I hate Becky Hammond. I hate Asia Wilson. Hate them motherfuckers. But that situation, and we saw it with Caitlin Clark last season. She experienced that the whole damn season. It may carry over into this season. But luckily, Natasha Howard and Sophie Cunningham are on the team now. But anyways, this seems, I don't know if there was something going on there. It's like, I don't know. It's definitely some politicking going on. It's some politicking going on, especially when it comes to Grace Berger. Grace Berger is someone that keeps to herself. She's not like, one of these extrovert type personalities. You know what I'm saying? A very shy person. And it just seems like, for whatever reason, she's getting run over or something like that. That's what I feel like is going on with Grace Berger. You know what I mean? It seems like there's some mistreatment there from her in the league. And I'm not liking it. I'm not digging it. These old hits got to get the fuck out of the way. Because I've seen it with Serena Sundell in Seattle as well. They got to get out of the way, bro. These old heads got to get out of the way. This is why I respect the Chicago Sky so much right now, because they're not using the old head tradition over there. They're not using the old head tradition over there. It feels like they allowed their rookies not only to play but to flourish. They allowed them to fit in with the team. That's some of the shit. Like Angel Reese, I'm not as against Angel Reese this year as I was last year, because I'm learning more and more about Angel Reese. That with Angel Reese, she's been coming out with a lot of truths, especially since like the whole teaspoon, all of them been gone and shit like that. It feels like she was saying, like her and Mila last year with the veterans were not caring for the rookies at all. So they were going through some shit themselves. Like it wasn't just Caitlin Clark. Like it seemed like rookies, and I've been noticing this in the WNBA for a very long time. They have an old head problem in the WNBA, and it needs to get cleaned up. It's these Bush Dyke lesbians, man, who think they run the damn team and they don't. And it's a problem. It's a massive problem, man. It's a massive problem in this league, bro. These old head vets not wanting to help rookies and stuff like that. These coaches, man, they just want to cut them just to be cutting them. It's some BS going on out here, man. That's why I said I want Noelle Quinn out. Get her out. Taking all them goddamn old heads, 35 plus year old. Why is Alicia Clark on a max deal at her age? Alicia Clark. You still got Skylar Diggins Smith and Nneka Ogwumike, bro. What? Lexi Brown got Crohn's disease, but you got Serena Sundell. You think it's okay to just cut Serena Sundell, though, a franchise point guard. Shout out to Nika Mo. I love me some Nika Mo. But Nika Mo is coming off an ACL injury. You're betting on her to be Malanga's point guard of the future? Coming off an ACL injury? Okay. Okay, Seattle. Play that game like that. 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 Because that's disgraceful. That's disgraceful, man. That's really disgraceful. Really disgraceful, bro. Sick. Sick, too. Just sick. That's how I said. It's war against the old heads. We got to get them out of here, man. Because if you look at the new WNBA, a lot of the new fans who have come in, they've grown up with these college players from the last maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years. They've grown up. They want to see their players in the league, bro. And I feel like a lot of the new players, they have a different energy about them. Like a lot of the younger players, they have a different energy about them. They're not as nasty as the previous era players. The previous era players seemed very nasty. Very, like, sick. That's why I say I really want this league. Like, and it will. In due time, it will. Like, in the next 5 years, it's going to clean up because a lot of them are going to be gone. A lot of them going to be gone. A lot of them going to be retired. They're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. We got to get them out of here, man. Got to get them out of here. But back to Cheryl Reeve and Grace Berger, though. Let's see, how long is this video going so far? Real quick. It's about a 30-minute video. That's all right. So, yeah. Cheryl Reeve. Let's look at the Minnesota Lynx. Like, what they kept over Grace Berger. Because I didn't get a chance to touch upon that yet. So, and looking at this team, right? Looking at this team. They decided to keep Alyssa Peely and Atisha Heidemann over Grace Berger. Now, obviously, I love me some Alyssa Peely, right? I love Alyssa Peely. She reminds me a little bit of Audie Crooks. A little bit. Y'all know Audie Crooks from college. Reminds her because she's a shooter. But she doesn't have a position like Mick Talks Hoops was saying. She doesn't have a position. And she doesn't really do other things great at all. But I am glad she's on the roster. I'll say that about Alyssa. Alyssa is a nice girl. I'm glad she's on the roster. We need more girls like Alyssa in the league. It's not her fault that she got the spot. It's not Natisha Heideman's fault either. Natisha Heideman is a smart player. I think she was like an assistant coach or some shit like that on Penn State this past season. Something like that. I heard some story like that. But Natisha Heideman is not better than Grace Berger. Not in any way. And that's the main. I don't think it's Carly Samuelson. I think it's her that's the main backup guard, just like she was last year, to Courtney Williams and Kayla McBride. If you look at Natisha Heideman in the playoffs, she was horrible. She had like one good game against the Sun, and then after that, you can actually blame. No offense to you, Natisha Heideman, if you watch this video, or any of your family members. I think you were to blame for why the Lynx did not beat the Liberty in the playoffs. I think you were to blame. Your defense was horrible. You wasn't shooting well. You were getting cooked that series. I don't know why you got as many minutes as you did. Grace Berger is a totally better player than her on every level. It's not even really close between those two. I definitely would have trusted Grace Berger in that series because Grace Berger is a pest on defense. So this is the one other thing about Grace Berger. She's a pest on defense. A lot of guards don't like Grace in front of her. Grace got a little bit of size. She's like 5'11". She got a little bit of size in front of you. She's basically a 6-foot guard. She got a little bit of size in front of you, bro. Like a Caitlin Clark. And she got better feet than Caitlin as far as like on defense, the way she sets herself. Like, you're not really going to cook Grace Berger like that. Like, get past her every single time. Like, no, you're not going to do that. She's going to stay in front of you and force you to take a bad jumper. Grace Berger's a whole package, man. She can pass too. Grace Berger is needed on any team. Any team could use a Grace Berger. Off the bench too. Especially off the bench. Man. Like, it's silly right now that she don't even got, like, she can't hold down a roster spot right now. Like, that shit's crazy. And Natisha Heideman should not be over Grace Berger. Just not. And I'm not saying, because they weren't going to cut Natisha Heideman for Grace Berger. But what I'm saying is like, I think she's such a better backup guard than Natisha Heideman is. You know? Like, come on. Grace Berger should have been on that Lynx team, man. And it's sad because I wanted her to learn from Lindsay Whalen, who's the assistant coach over there. But it is what it is. You know, I'm kind of glad because Cheryl Reeve once again confirmed she's an asshole. See, this is the thing. This is the problem that I got. Cheryl Reeve is a great coach, right? She is. She's a really good coach. I'm not going to lie about Cheryl Reeve. Some people think she's the best in the league. I won't go that far, but I say she's at least second best. But I think Sandy Brondello is very underrated. I know Sandy Brondello kind of has that reputation that Stephanie White has, that she only looks good when she has a veteran group of players. And I understand. Like, if you look at it that way, I understand. And Becky Hammond is no way a good coach. No way. She got exposed last year. Like, last year confirmed that Becky Hammond is not a good head coach. She's solid. She's like in the middle, but not great. She's not great. You could win championships and not be a great coach. You know that, right? Like, like if your team is that damn good, they can make you look better than you really are. I'm a Toronto Raptors fan. See Nick Nurse. See Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry carried they fucking ass all of these years. But yeah, man, but Cheryl Reeve is actually a really good coach. But she does this dumb stuff where she likes to troll, man. Like, who are you trolling, bro? You didn't win a title with this group that you have right now in the Lynx. You choked last year, and you may choke again. And if you choke again, I'm coming after you in a separate video. I'm coming after you after the season in a separate video. Because this will be 2 years in a row. This will be 2 years in a row. And hopefully you're not the coach of the U.S. team that Caitlin's going to be on in 2028. I'm so hoping you're not the coach of that team. Please do not be the coach of that team. I don't ever want you to have a chance to coach Caitlin Clark after this bullshit you did last year. No way, no how. But yeah, back to the Fever. Can the Fever sign Grace Berger? Because they need to right this wrong with Cindy Colson. They really do. Grace Berger should be back on that team, maybe after the 30 days or something, maybe late June or something. I was looking at that target date for a lot of players, because I remember how Celeste Taylor had to wait a certain time to get to the when she got let go at the Fever, and then she hopped on the Phoenix roster. So I'm hoping that happens to a lot of the girls that we like that got cut just now, like Serena Sundell and stuff. And I'm going to make a separate video about Serena Sundell as well, because I got to talk about if Indiana could fit her in, because they should have drafted her. But Grace, I would like for her to be back on the Fever. I would like for her to be back on the Fever. And you know what's going to be crazy? A lot of people's tone is going to change about Grace Berger when she's back on the team. They was hating on her because she wasn't on the team no more. But she's on the team, so let me get back to the root for Grace Berger. No, I'm going to remember who the hell rooted against Grace Berger. I'm not going to let you root for it. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you do it. But what's some other places where she could fit in it? I think there's some other spots. You know, like I said, because of these injuries that's going to pop up, I think she could get on any team. She'll have a veteran minimum. So she should be easy to pick up and fit on a team because she'll be getting paid under the veteran minimum. She'll be getting paid under the veteran minimum. So she should be easy to bring into a roster without she really hurting your salary. There's going to be opportunities for Grace. I think that there's definitely she'll be on the roster. I have a lot of confidence Grace will be on the roster. She's a really good back, and someone's going to believe in her because somebody will see that she's available, and they're going to be they like, if you don't believe, like, if there's at least 4 to 6 teams out there that are like, Grace Berger's available, I'm going to go get her. Same thing with Serena Sundell. I've been saying this. These teams are keeping a close eye. They're looking at other teams' mistakes. Other teams' mistakes. Like, I can't believe Cheryl Reeve made a big mistake like this. It kind of shocks me. Because I thought Cheryl Reeve was smarter than that. You know what I mean? I thought she was smarter than that. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought she was smarter than that. But apparently not. Apparently she's a dumbass. Lucy Olsen. So some good news. Maddie Westbrook and Haley Van Lith look like they both made the sky. I wasn't that worried about Haley Van Lith, but Maddie Westbrook was the one that I was worried about. It looks like she made that sky roster. I won't confirm anything until after the deadline tomorrow. Same thing with Lucy Olsen. I don't know if she's still fighting for a spot, but it's looking good for her for right now. But we're not making a video on Lucy making the team until it's finalized. I'll probably record it on Friday or Saturday when I get a chance. We'll see what happens. I'll try to have a video up for y'all by Monday. But yeah, we got to go over those games on Saturday too. We got to go over some stuff. But yeah, man, these cuts have been horrendous though, all over the league. They've been horrendous, like more than usual this year. They've been horrendous. But Grace will be okay. Grace is gonna be okay. She's a tough girl from Louisville. She'll be okay. Grace is going to get on the team. She's too talented not to. She still could. We already know she has that contract with Turkey to play again overseas. So in the off season, so she can continue to get some run out there. continue playing pro basketball. But yeah, she deserves to be on the roster. It's just this political hierarchy, man. It's just, I mean, we're always going to have politics, like in everything in life, man. There's always just going to be politics. But I think the type of politics that's going on in the WNBA right now needs to get cleaned up. This old head shit with these lesbians, man. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. That previous era is killing this era right now. They got to go. Like, we are lucky. Like, I'm going to tell y'all one more time. We are lucky that Lexi Hall turned it around the way she did. Because Lexi Hall could have easily ended up like Grace Berger right now, jobless. If she didn't, like, Caitlin Clark probably definitely saved her. And Katie Lou Samuelson stepping out of the way to let her start that game. That's all, for me with Katie Lou, I know a lot of y'all like to get on Katie Lou too. Thank you, Katie Lou. Thank you, Katie Lou. I'm forever grateful to Katie Lou for doing that. She a real friend for that. But, yeah, man, Grace be all right. I ain't worried about Grace, man. But I am surprised that the Lynx did what they did. Fuck the Lynx. Hope y'all don't go back to the finals. And even if y'all do, I think y'all going to get cooked by the Liberty, because the Liberty, I think they look better this year. They got Johannes now. Johannes going to get buckets for them. I think they're more dangerous this year than they was last year. They should be able to repeat if they don't get, like, injuries or nothing. But yeah, the Lynx, they got the same team they had last year. They didn't really make big changes like that. They didn't really make big changes like that. Like, Carly Samuelson is probably the only true upgrade they made off that bench. They didn't really do much. Then they lost Dorka Uwas. They don't have Katie Lou. No, Katie Lou's on Seattle's roster, right? Yeah, she's on Seattle's roster. I mean, like, you got a bunch of injuries your damn self. You don't got Dorka Uwas coming off the bench. So y'all really don't got much, man. You shouldn't have cut Grace Berger, man. That was awful. But shout out to Mick Talks Hoop for making that video, man. Shout out to him, man. And shout out to CWB guy for making that video as well. I know he probably gonna make a Grace Berger video soon. I'm gonna be on the lookout for him. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We're gonna talk about Serena Sundell. Possibility with the fever. But go on ahead and give me a like on this under this video. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Aces Angels, y'all.